There are over 1 million different video games out there, and chances are by the time this video uploads, there'll probably be 1,000,001 or 1,000,002. But either way, with that many games out there, there's bound to be some really great ones, and some bad ones, and some games that we probably shouldn't even mention. Today, I want to talk about those really great ones. I want to talk about the games that left impacts on us, that made us memories, that maybe even made us friends or got us through tough times. It's very common, I'm sure if you're on the internet or YouTube for any amount of time, I know I've seen them, all those clickbait articles and thumbnails saying gaming is dead. They don't make games like they used to. And I disagree, but agree in a sense that yes, gaming is not the same as it used to be, but to say gaming is dead, I disagree with that part. I think gaming has just evolved. It's become something different, and that's for the good and the bad. I think that gaming is just like any kind of other medium of art. Music, books and literature, movies, it can be appreciated as such, and it's going to change as time and society changes. There are things about it that are going to improve, and things about it that are going to decline. As I typically do with this channel, I want to talk about the positive, I want to talk about the good. There's enough channels out there talking about the negative. I want to talk about the times and the games that have made us, that have brought us to where we're at, basically, and made us who we are. So we're going to talk and hear from a couple different creators, 6 to be exact, creators that just have impacted me, that influenced me, people whose opinions I hold very high, people that I really respect, and I'm very excited for you to get to hear from them. They'll have a bunch of different things to say, and each and every one of them are great speakers and really interesting people. First up, of course, I have to lead in with one of my best friends, a guy that's been there for me since I started the channel, and if it weren't for him sticking with me when I had like 25, 50 subscribers, I wouldn't be where I'm at now with over 1,000. My friend Bates, aka DropTheBates, he plays a lot of RPGs and games that I don't typically play, but for that reason, he's got a very interesting perspective. I'm gonna quit rambling. You guys listen to what he has to say. Take it away, Bates.
So when I think about kind of the games that made us, the first one that comes to mind for me is definitely Xenoblade Chronicles 2. It's my favorite game of all time. Just everything about its world, its story, its characters, its amazing gameplay, its fun moments, its funny moments. It just spoke to me the first time I played it. About 4 or 5 years ago. I played it during COVID, and of course that was during a time when everybody just kind of needed something to hold on to. It's when I first got into the series, and I really liked the first game, but man, Xenoblade 2 really stuck with me. More than anything, the world. I love the world of All West. It just, I don't know, it just felt like home during the time that I played it, and I still think about All Rest and its characters and its story and its themes all the time. It's just something that is just truly resonated with me. No other piece of media has really resonated with me in the way Xenoblade 2 does, and I've been able to have some friends play it and really just get to know a lot of people who enjoy Xenoblade, and it's just a truly special game and a truly special series. So
Bates, thank you for sending in a clip. I appreciate you taking time out of your busy week and sharing a little bit with me and everyone watching. The next creator is someone that I actually found through Bates, and a guy that changed the game as far as the way I write scripts, the way I'm intentional with my videos, and not just being, shallow, covering the games, yada, 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 but actually sitting down and playing a game. How does it make me feel? How do I respond and react to the game? What's the lasting impact on a game? How do I feel when I walk away? A guy by the name of KayJulers, if you know him, you know he brings the heat. Every video of his is a banger. I just love listening to him and his commentary talk about games. Again, I'm going to try to quit rambling because all of these creators, I could go on and on about how much I appreciate them and just respect their work. So I'm going to let him take it away because I know he's going to kill it.
I've had the pleasure of experiencing a number of fantastic game series that together have shaped my perspective on various topics and honestly just life. Pokemon was incredibly important to my formative years and might be the series that has stuck with me the longest. Metal Gear changed what I valued in video games. Zero Escape shifted my view on what was possible with video game narratives. And Zelda, that's just the king of my eyes. However, I feel that Xenoblade Chronicles has tangibly had the greatest impact on me. The original Xenoblade Chronicles came to me in a time when I was struggling and attempting to adjust to college life. I moved countless times growing up, and change always scared me, so I really wasn't doing well. So, like previously challenging times, I looked to a piece of media to serve as escapism. which led me to boot up my copy of Xenoblade Chronicles for the Wii. I won't lie, I struggled to get into it at first, but after the hook, with a couple hours into the game, I was all in. I loved the world, the music, the characters, the mystery, and it carried me through the first few months of my freshman year. I even made a CD with some of my favorite songs burnt to it, and I can't stress how much I adored hearing Beyond the Sky on a winter night as I traveled to see friends or back to my campus. I've always said that Shulk is one of the biggest reasons that the series has left such an impression on me, because I find myself connecting to him. Yo, he just like me, for real! On a serious note, Shulk presents as a logically, socially awkward individual. Yet, below this outward appearance lies a deeply caring and emotionally driven person. I've always viewed myself in a similar way, trying to analyze situations, think through stuff critically, certainly awkward, but trying my best to be there for my loved ones. Sometimes I even get so in my head that I need to rely on those people to pull me back to reality and keep me grounded. Thus, when Xenoblade Chronicles 2 was revealed, I was obviously stoked. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 would even become the game that kickstarted my channel and opened the door for me to pursue a dream I'd had since high school, making content and sharing it with people. And, I mean, yeah, I adore Xenoblade Chronicles.
Alright, so as you could probably tell, the guy has a passion. He writes very intentionally and carefully. He just thinks out everything. You know, like me, I tend to just ramble and go with the flow, but he's just such an intelligent guy. And great person, too. Super kind. Can't underline that enough. And speaking of kind people that are just blessings to be around and to talk to, the next creator, a fellow Zelda creator, someone that her Zelda content, it's so fun because she's got that spark, that energy that reminds you the first time that you play a Zelda game and you get in there and you explore the world, learn about the story. Creator by the name of LillyHyrule. Lily is super fun, funny, just a bright spot for YouTube. And of course I had to get her in on the video and hear what she had to say. So without further ado, Lily, can't wait to hear what you have to say.
Hey Noggy, thank you for having me. So growing up in Mexico, my family's financial situation wasn't great. My only window into the gaming world was going to my cousin's house. That's really where the magic was, at their place. They had Super Mario 64. I remember they had also Mario Kart and GoldenEye 007. And we spent a lot of hours there. Those years were the toughest of my life because I was between 6 to 8 years old and my parents were getting separated, and you know, it was just me and my sister. My Nintendo 64 became the only escape from everything that was happening around me. I'm sure you have seen this meme where there's this kid losing it by opening a Nintendo 64 on a Christmas Day. Well, that was me. Like, I remember my excitement the first time that I opened my Nintendo 64 when I finally got one. But that being said, the moment that I cherish the most, that it's closest to my heart, are the countless hours that me and my sister spend playing Ocarina of Time over and over. So I will be the one playing most of the times and my sister just sitting right next to me and, you know, completely focused or highly focused on what I was doing on the playthrough. That includes Majora's Mask as well as partially the Wind Waker on the GameCube. But the Nintendo 64 console and those games weren't just entertainment for me. They were a safe place for me and a place where I can share experiences, pretty much a lifeline. So yeah, there still are for me. They continue to be till this day, but that is a memory that I'll always keep in my mind. Probably it's not as exciting or interesting, but it might be that this resonates with you. So I'll love to know. So leave it in the comments. Oh, and by the way, before I go, Noggy and I have been working on a collaboration that I'm sure you might like, and it involves Noggy's editing skills. So for an upcoming video series that we are currently working on, so stay tuned for that. But that's it. All right, take care. Bye.
Like I said, Lily speaks with a certain spark and familiarity that kind of takes you back and reminds you why you fell in love with games in the first place. And another insightful creator who just happens to cover Zelda as well and also provides great commentary is someone that I just pretty recently started connecting with by the name of CaptBurgerson. He's just a fun guy, someone that when you watch his videos, it's the way he mixes insight and knowledge and research on the game, but also just genuine curiosity. It's a perfect blend. It's hard to put into words, but you know when you watch this video, it's got that CaptBurgerson feel, that flavor to it. So without further ado, I'll let him speak and share with you guys.
So I have this perhaps strange notion that games can sometimes be a little more fun when I'm bad at them. Maybe I don't get frustrated super easily, but I find that the friction of a challenge leads to a proportionally bigger catharsis. The more I struggle, the more satisfying a victory feels. Okay, where am I going with this? As far as games that have been impactful or gotten me through a tough time goes, the list is pretty lengthy. I think I've used games as a form of escapism pretty consistently throughout my life, but the game I want to talk about today is actually super recent, and that is Silksong. And while I'm going to talk about the game broadly, I'm not going to include or show any spoilers. All the footage you're seeing is from the tutorial section of the game, so fear not. I'm also going to avoid getting too specific. I don't want to trauma dump on your audience, Nog, but this summer I suffered a loss in my family. It's been one of many in recent years, but this one hit me hard. Silksong released only days after that, and it couldn't have come out at a better time. I was still going through it all. This was a game I was able to fully dive into headfirst and just kind of get lost in. I mean that in both the literal and figurative sense. I was able to fully immerse myself into this artistically rich world and explore in all directions. And yes, the game is hard. I sucked at it. I would spend hours on a single boss, being repeatedly punished, but as Hornet herself once said, the feeling I get from mastery of a game is really what got me through this grieving process. There's something about failing and learning from each defeat, applying those lessons, improving and growing, adapting, trying new tactics, and eventually overcoming great adversity that is so rewarding. And then on a second playthrough, I find myself breezing through things that were so punishingly difficult on a first run. It's one thing to play a game and see growth in the form of your heart count or your stats going up, but feeling your own skill improve as a player, it feels like you yourself are leveling up in a way. As cliche as that may sound, it turns out, I guess, that the satisfaction that comes with that might just be enough to get me through a tough time. Setting your mind to a challenge and overcoming it just might be what you need. So my advice is to suck at a game, to be bad at it, and eventually maybe you won't be so bad at it in the end, which just feels good. I'm CaptBurgerson, and thank you so much for featuring me in this project. Cheers.
Alright, so we're on a roll with some pretty intelligent creators, pretty insightful people out there. Why not follow it up with one more in this guy who needs no introduction, but I guess I'll try to give him one anyways. Those of you that know him know just what a pleasure he is to speak with and to be around and to watch his videos. Nothing I say or any kind of intro I could give would do him justice for just how brilliant of a creator that he is, and some of the stuff that he makes videos on. His content is just genuinely entertaining. So I'll give it up to Mr. Bread Pirate.
Hey, I'm your host, the Bread Pirate, and today the game I want to talk about has to do with pumpkins, which I think is fitting for Thanksgiving. Okay, so put yourself in my shoes. The year was 2009, and I was visiting my relatives, and one of them was playing The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. And I said, hey, can I play? And of course he said, no! Because he doesn't want me messing up his save file. I'm a little 9-year-old squirt that's gonna ruin something. So instead he gave me a new save file, and I got to wander around Ordon Village for about 40 minutes. Smashing pumpkins, throwing chickens, and I guess swimming in water, because what else are you gonna do without having any of the items in the game? And I'll tell you what, it was the most magical 40 minutes of my life. After I left that day, I was set on a quest to try and buy my own copy of Twilight Princess, and it took me 2 years to finally buy one because I had to sneak it through the supermarket when my parents weren't watching, but I loved it. And to this day, I still go back to Ordon Village, and I just destroy pumpkins because that's the thing that got me invested in video gaming.
As you can tell, Bread Pirate, great storyteller, very creative, very intelligent speaker and intelligent mind. One of those guys that I can put on a video and not even realize 20 minutes later I've went through several of his videos, and next thing you know, I've spent an hour watching Bread Pirate videos because it's just a good story. It kind of reminds me of my grandpa, someone that I just love listening to his stories. It could be just about random stuff, taking a walk, it doesn't matter, he kills it. And I can't believe we're already almost to the end of the video, but I need to lead into the next creator, the last creator on here who has a very special connection to the channel. Not only is this guy a very talented musician, he makes video game music, soundtracks for different indie games. He's made some tracks that you might have heard in the background of some of my videos. He's also, like I said, made video game indie music, and he's just a guy that's going to be going places. And so it's really cool to say that he's made stuff specifically for me on the channel and stuff that I can use. It's a pleasure, it's an honor. So without further ado, I will give it up to the one, the only MaximusCXI. Max, floor is yours.
Hello gamers! I'm MaximusCXI, and I typically talk about music, but I'm also somewhat of a gamer myself. Also, NoggTV is holding my family hostage, so let's talk about video games, yay! Well, as a young teen, I played mostly Call of Duty, because is fun! So imagine my surprise on my 15th birthday when I got a copy of Splatoon for the Wii U. Immediately I thought, man, my parents must really hate me. I mean, just look at the advertising. Yeah, I'm too cool for that. I play manly games. Well, as the birthday party started dying down, I felt obligated to at least boot it up for a minute. When I hit that tutorial level though, I was totally mesmerized. The game is dripping with style. The music is chaotic and infectious to listen to. The aesthetic, stunning! And that's just presentation. The whole idea of shooting the ground to gain area for you to then swim in was just eye-opening to me. This game showed me that unique gaming experiences are the reason why I play games. I don't want to play the same realistic, not very innovative shooter game every year, just repackaged with a different coat of paint. I want games that revolutionize the whole genre. Thankfully, I stepped out of my box at about the right time, as so many unique games were right around the corner, leading to gaming experiences that are just so memorable to me, and I have Splatoon to thank for that. Okay, Nog, I did the video. You can let my family go now. Please!
So hopefully all 6 of those stories have shown you guys that gaming is very much not dead. Gaming is alive and well, it's thriving, and like I said at the beginning of the video, it's just evolving. It might be different from when we were all kids, but we still keep and carry those same memories. We still have those experiences. And honestly, if you're anything like me, you love to share experiences. That's why I got on this platform. That's why I started creating. And that's why I like to tell stories, because I like to share experiences. Like you heard from all these creators, there was a game or a game series, something about gaming that drew them in, that helped make them who they are, got them through a tough time, or help them connect to other people, maybe taught them a life lesson along the way. If you guys don't mind me telling my own story for a short, brief second, I'd like to talk about gaming as a whole. Sure, there's Ocarina of Time, which is my favorite game ever, and I could talk all day about. There's the Halo series that helped me bond with my brother, NCAA games that helped me bond with my dad. Animal Crossing is what me and my wife played at first when we were dating, and we were long distance for a little bit. So I could give thanks to a lot of different games and game series. I haven't talked a whole lot about this. I'm still trying to become more confident, but one thing I haven't talked about a lot in the past is how I have a disability. And as a kid growing up, and when you're really into sports, that's kind of difficult. You can't really do that very well. And so that was something that I really struggled with, was finding something that I was good at and something that I could call like my thing, my own thing that I was really good at. And that's really what gaming was for me, in an era where gaming was starting to become more popular, but it still wasn't necessarily mainstream. I still had lots of people my age that weren't allowed to play games, or just for whatever reason they couldn't own games in the house. And my mom being supportive of that and buying me games, and not just that, but playing games with me, helped me show that I can have something I'm good at. I can have something that gives me a sense of individualism. And then also just you can be an adult and be productive and still play games and have fun and make memories with other people. In particular, Mario Sunshine and Super Mario Bros. 3. Obviously, Super Mario Bros. 3 is one of the best games of all time, and yeah, I would say that Mario Sunshine is, but I don't think people agree with me on that. But it just goes to show two different things. Whether you're playing one of the greatest games of all time, it doesn't have to be about graphics and 4K graphics having the brand newest thing. We were playing that on the NES, all 8-bit graphics and all. Or if you're playing a game like Mario Sunshine that maybe, I don't know, I guess by other people's standard is not that good. It doesn't matter. You can still have some of the best memories ever. It just goes to show I could talk all day about games. Like I said, I love to share experiences. So I appreciate you guys. Capital A, appreciate you guys. Setting aside time and watching this video, hearing from all these creators, every single one of you guys, Bates, LillyHyrule, CaptBurgerson, Bread Pirate, KayJulers, Max, you guys are incredible individuals and incredible creators. Whether I've known you for a couple weeks or several years, I hope that we can continue our collaborative journey. You guys are awesome, creative people, and I just love sharing experiences with you guys. So make sure, if you guys like the video, to like, subscribe, share it with your friends, share it with other creators. If there's creators that you want me to work with in the future, I am 100% down. Let me know. As long as they're down, I'm down. And of course, feel free to let me know any of your guys' stories. If you have a game or a game series that you're thankful for, that did something for you, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your story. And in the meantime, like, subscribe, and go check out some of my other content. I have a very special video coming up next month that I'm really excited for. Have a good day, y'all.